Welcome to Wine Times. I'm here with John Gately of the Boardwalk Bar and Grill in the Montanati Hotel, and today we're tasting a New Zealand Pinot Noir, a new up-and-coming region for Pinot Noir production, and it's from a very good estate called Staete Landt in the region of Marlborough. It's the north of the South Island, and it's a 2009 vintage Pinot Noir. Welcome, John. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Gary.
John, you're involved in the trade and you have been involved for many decades now. What do you see is out there in the marketplace right now in both the hotel and the restaurant industry? What do you see going on?
Well, obviously things have been very tough in both markets, but I firmly believe myself that if you've got a good plan and where you know where you're going, and your product is in an area where there is a requirement for that product, I think you can certainly survive.
Okay.
As far as the future is concerned, I think we're probably in a bit of a downturn for a few years, but I think with if your product is good and the quality is good and you keep your overheads in check and keep your bank happy.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Should be. And of course, there'll always be a market for wine drinking, John, albeit probably at a lower price, I suppose, these days.
There is. I mean, I found now, obviously, this time of year, January, you have a small downturn or whatever, but there's certainly, there's always a lull, and then suddenly, I think the Valentine's weekend,
yes, of course,
pick up afterwards.
Of course,
as the weather gets better in the spring and things like that, I think people, have a bit more confidence going out, and a bit more confidence as well. They can only kind of stay indoors for a certain amount of time.
People will come. Yeah, well, as I say, John, we're going to taste here Staete Landt Pinot Noir 2006. So, grab a glass there for yourself, John.
Thank you.
And see what you think of this. The first thing, of course, for those watching, is the colour of Pinot. Always, it's the lightest of the black grape varieties. The lightest colour you can see straight away. You can see right through it, but yet there's still good alcohol there. It's up sticking to the glass, so you're up even at 14% here. So that's a classic Pinot look. Let's try it on the nose, John. Again, we have a bit of age in this, 2006, so we're looking at plums, with some raspberries, and almost some earthy flavours coming through with a bit of age there. So let's try it on the palate. So looks can be deceiving, John, can't they, with this?
Absolutely.
It's a dry style, good acidity, gripping tannin, but again this beautiful silky fruit coming through. Again, plums, I suppose. Plums, raspberries. Damsons. Yeah. But again, this lovely warm finish, John, as well.
Lovely, nice aftertaste. Yeah.
Thanks, John. At the price, I suppose, this wine compared to, say, your Burgundy reds, which can be overpriced, I think there's a real future for the New Zealand Pinots in the Irish market.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the current palate in Ireland at the moment now, this is definitely one for them,
And again, from your menu here, John, on the Boardwalk, what would you recommend for this wine, do you think, for people watching?
I think, again, going back to the fact that we're a steakhouse again.
Okay.
Maybe some of the
famous for.
Maybe some of the lighter. We have a lovely rack of lamb as well.
Oh, very good.
Possibly would be good with.
And you think this has enough power and strength to go with those dishes?
I think so. Yeah. There's one thing I would have it with myself is we do a lovely surf and turf here as well.
Oh, very good.
With the fillet and the seafood, and it could be good with that. As opposed to having a white, obviously, for the seafood.
Sounds good to me, John. Thanks again from John and myself. From Wine Times. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.